Well, good morning there again, YouTubers. This is Edward at A Foreigner Escapes from the Philippines. I'm already bush this morning. We got yesterday, like most days, I keep the pool just completely pristine, crystal clear. Everything's perfect on it. You know, it's a lot of work, right? Some days it's only an hour. Some days it's 3 hours. Some days more than that, depending on what's going on. Well, last night the wind picked up or something, and then we had this is what happens in the deep jungle. You know, several times throughout the dry season, especially, you have these hatches, right? These massive millions of different types of bugs at different times, depending on what the weather's doing in the jungle. They'll have these massive hatches and come out at night, usually in the evening, and they'll get in the pool, and it was just like a carpet of bugs. You can still see a little bit of them there this morning. Maybe, I don't know if you can pick them up. Yeah, see those little chunks on top? Those are still bugs. Pretty small ones. Sometimes the hatch of the bugs will be just giant ones, right? Like dragonfly size sometimes. But I love dragonflies. That's probably my most favorite insect. They are like raptor killers. They'll nail. When I grew up in Minnesota, they'd kill all the biting flies, like deer flies, horse flies, black biting flies. The dragonfly would kill those just instantly and eat the hell out of them. So, but here there is dragonflies, but not too many. Just here and there. I don't see thousands of them like I used to when I was a kid in Minnesota. But anyways, I just spent like 30 minutes cleaning most of the bugs out of the pool. There's still a bunch left, and then I'm gonna have to circulate and vacuum again here once the sun comes up a little more. Another beautiful day. That's what I love about the dry season. I mean, it's 180 degrees from the wet season, right? Wet season is for weeks on end of overcast and rain. Just crazy weather. Morning cup of tea. Cheers. Well, today is another hot and humid one. No breeze right now. Usually that's typical of the dry season too. So you better find yourself some shade before 10 o'clock or some air con. That's one thing everyone says in the Philippines. They call it air con. Even on taxi cabs, it says air con, you know, in the taxi cabs, some cities. But like, you know, my whole life when I was younger, air conditioning, you know, everything here, if it's English, they shorten it up as much as they can because they're lazy to say the full English, you know, because it's more effort. And plus, a lot of the meanings, they don't understand the meanings of it. So, and that's fine. I mean, they teach it here as a second language to all the Filipinos, which is awesome advantage for them. And that's why they work all around the world, right? I think they're called OFW workers or something. They go all over the place. I mean, they're the labor of the world. They go everywhere as caregivers, cooks, you know, housekeepers, nannies. I mean, you name it. Some construction, but mostly domestic jobs that the first world countries, they don't want to do it, you know. But it's great money for them if they're in a hard, bad situation. The only thing bad about that is if they have children, you know, they leave their children behind and they lose that part of their lives. Which that's what I did half my life. You know, I missed all that being with my family, being with my children because of my job. You know, it was a great job though. I was a good provider, but you know, looking back on it, if I had to do it over, I probably would have done it. But I never had a grounding as far as, okay, Todd, when you get a certain age, this is what the structure of the basics that God laid down for us, and then now get your own ideas and use that framework to build up your family and your empire or whatever you're going to do in your life, right? Instead, the school system programs you to work for somebody else. So you're a worker bee slave pretty much your entire life, working for someone else, making them rich, right? Instead of focusing on your own situation, your own family, and being with your family and having your family help you as a collective all become wealthy from their hard work and whatever they decide to do in life of their own business. And that's another my huge gripes about America and a lot of these first world countries. The laws alone are designed to stamp out all the mom and pop businesses, so all the corporations thrive and the mom and pop businesses get driven out of business, right? What, hon? What, my queen? Are you awake now?
Good morning, YouTubers.
Your makeup's still not on all the way
Yes,
yet.
I'm not. Sorry. I'm not done. Go outside. Papa is there. He's gonna get the water, so you can talk to me.
Okay. Papa comes here to get water. He hauls water once or twice a week. We'll go check it out and see. Papa! Oh, there's the carabao. You gonna get water? Okay. Hi, Rex. Hi. Coco? You gonna get copra today? Business? Job? Okay. Yeah. These things are beasts of burden. They are. Look at all the flies and stuff on them. They waller in mud holes, right? But they are a gentle beast. They're really good. Hey. See, they're just real good people here. Oh, I'll get them out of here. So he has lots of flies. He probably wants to take off because he don't like sitting there with the flies bothering. So yeah, help yourself, Papa. It's okay. So yeah, he's got a job. He said, from what I can understand from him, I don't understand fully, but when he said cocoa and then copra, I knew what he was talking about because. So he has a job to haul copra and coconuts for someone harvesting in the area. So that's why he's got his cart hooked to his carabao, and then they're gonna go. And that's usually like a three or 4 days at least of hauling coconut. And he's 75, right? So he's still. I mean, he's the land. I love that saying. He and the land are one. He doesn't even wear slippers hardly anymore, just barefoot on the ground all the time. And his whole life he's spent in the jungle, working the land that God has made. And that's how he's earned his living and raised, 11 children? Sure, they were very, very poor a lot of times and, made a lot of bad business choices because they had land. They had a lot of land. And they lost it, through nefarious people, robbing them. I don't know the full story, but somehow they get, duped out of their land, signing their land over on a lease, and then the leaseholders just kept their land. And I mean, we're talking about 30, 40 hectares. I mean, that's like 3 to 4 times the land I got here, right? It's a massive amount of land. And like I say, I don't know the full story, and each one of the siblings, my wife and her brother and sisters, you know, they all have a little different version of what happened, but you know, that's a sad thing. You really got to have, you know, some wisdom on what you should and shouldn't do right from the very beginning, and go by it. And like I said, he was in an arranged marriage, right? So the two fathers, his father and his wife's father that passed, they were good buddies and got together and said, let's do an arranged marriage with our children. So it's pretty awesome. Morning, Ate. Good morning. So Ate, she's our caregiver for John, and she does maid work inside the house. We try to keep her. She's starting to get older now. She's my age, about 60. So we try to keep her in the house, only caring for John and cleaning the house only. And she'll heat up meals, and she'll do some cooking. But I want to keep her out of the sun and keep her inside. Now she's getting older. So, but she's really the only one. We've had, like 5 maids before her. She's the only one that lasted. She's the only one, right? So that's another thing. If you're hiring help, and a lot of times you will, and just for whatever reason, right? My autistic son, he needs extra help, so we hired Ate to help with that and just around here. And plus we have Lizelle and Ruel, so we have three adults that help here, you know, doing whatever needs to be done. And that's just the way it is. Beautiful flowers. Beautiful flowers. Yep, so, and, Ate, we pay, I'll give you a little clue on what we pay him. We pay Ate 6,000 per month. 6,000 pesos per month, so that's what, $120 per month. And that's like 200 pesos per day, something like that. Anyways, then Lizelle and Ruel, they're a team. I pay them 300 per month, or 300 per day. So it's like 7,250 per month or something like that. So, but you know, it's mostly Lizelle that's always hands-on. If Lilibeth and I leave, Lizelle, she's our most trusted. She watches Leonardo and John, and with Ate together. So it's Lizelle and Ate together if Lilibeth and I ever have to go to town or do business away from the house and we can't bring the children, right? So yeah. And then Ruel, the help he does around here is like maybe 2 hours a day, 3 maximum. So he just kind of helps Lizelle out. He'll do the pool netting in the morning, and then if I set up the vacuum, he'll help with the vacuum, and then he'll also cook meal. He's an excellent cook. He's actually the cook of this whole family, mostly. Lilibeth does all the breakfasts, but Ruel does the dinners, and he makes like 3-4 days worth of food, and then we just refrigerate it and have leftovers for 3-4 days. It just makes it so much easier for everybody. Other than they'll buy fresh fish and eat fish and cook fish almost every day or every other day. And, you know, I don't eat the fish. They love the fish, I don't. If it's yellowfin tuna where there's no bones, of course, then I'll eat that raw. But it's rare that I'll buy any. Well, it's kind of expensive, but it's once in a while for a treat. It's pretty awesome because, I mean, that's what this country is, a fishing and agricultural industry. There's just massive amounts. I mean, one of Lilibeth's sisters lives on the coast, down the coastal road, and she lives actually on the coast. And they'll go out every day, and within an hour or two, they'll have a boat full of fish. They'll bring it back, and they got their fish for several days, and they give it away, and they'll bring some here and give to us and stuff. It's pretty awesome. And they're also, there's a lot of gold in that area too, and actually they're gonna bring us to where a gold area is, ask the owner for permission, and the owner will receive 25% of anything that we find. And then I told her, Lilibeth's sister and husband, that I'll give you guys also 25% of whatever we find, and then I'll take 50%. So yeah, it's a cool deal because I got metal detectors and the equipment, and they don't, so it's helping everybody out. And I can't wait to go there because it's a known area that they've found many gold before, but no one has a metal detector, right? Which is strange to me that someone can't come up with a metal detector, but that's kind of the way it is in the deep province here. You know, everybody's pretty darn poor, and they don't have the wherewithal, you know. And then when they do get a chunk of money, usually they don't, you know, aren't wise with it. They'll just spend it as fast as they can get it, which is pretty normal for most people, I guess. So anyways, I don't want to take all your guys' time up, but take care. And today's mostly just hot and humid, and we're going to clean the pool, so just a regular daily job here around the Golden Palace swimming pool. So you all take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.